Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of High School Baseball. This is a tournament edition right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We are live right now from Clyde Flyer Field, and you are tuned in here to the pregame show brought to you by Heart of Ohio Sports. We are just about set for the first pitch. Tiffin Calvert versus Old Fort today, and this is the district final. Winner will be moving on to the regional semifinal, the Sweet 16, if you will, in Division 4. Once again, Nate Mullins on the call. We've got Bailey Mullins running the camera. Thanks for tuning in. Today's broadcast presented by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant and your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Let's take a moment and thank all of our sponsors for bringing you today's broadcast here on Heart of Ohio Sports. It's a little bright here. Whew. I want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant and your Legacy Federal Credit Union for all their contributions here as our presenting sponsors. Also want to give a huge thank you to Hope in Fostoria, MST Sauce Company, Feasel's Frame and Collision, First National Bank of Sycamore, Lee's Floor Covering, Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., TPC Food Service, and Clouse Electric, all proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. First pitch coming up next, brought to you by Hope in Fostoria. And we are just about set here. Thanks for tuning in with us. Once again, your first pitch coming up here. Mason Johnson on the mound for Tiffin Calvert. And we are just about underway. The first pitch is fouled straight up and left and out of play. And we are underway. Once again, first pitch brought to you by Hope in Fostoria. Today's announcer cam brought to you by Lee's Floor Covering. Our player of the game, stick around in the postgame show, brought to you by MST Sauce Company. Of course, our postgame show brought to you by your Legacy Federal Credit Union. And that one hit well into left field, but that one's going to stay in the infield, actually, as the wind kind of brought that one down. And that's the first out here in the top of the first. We'll go through the starting lineups for both teams. As currently at the plate for Old Fort, you have Ryan Adelsberger, third baseman. You just saw Isaiah Perez, the shortstop, up to bat. You're good. And Adelsberger takes a swing and a miss at that one. Mason Johnson, an intriguing right-hander on the mound, as he likes to change arm slots. He'll change arm angles on you. He goes to the overhead. He goes to three-quarter arm slot. He even goes a little side arm on you. As that one hit to short, Nick Palm gloves and throws to first for the second out of the inning. And quickly, Mason Johnson works his way through the first two batters here as we bring up Carter Dubois, the catcher for the Old Fort Stockaders. Stockaders had a little bit of a miracle run to get here as they were down 6-0 in the district semifinal to Norwalk St. Paul. And then they turned it around, to say the least, scoring 7 runs in the last 3 innings as they came away with a win, 7-6 to secure their spot. But that one swung on and hit into left field, and Harrison Schultz squeezes it for the final out here in the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first, no score between Tiffin Calvert and Old Fort. Nate Mullins on the call with you, and we have Bailey Mullins on the camera. Also, my son Isaac Mullins here helping out. It is the Mullins clan on the call today, as we have our separate crew. Of course, if you're tuned in here and you're saying, "Where's the Hopewell game?" Well, we can't do 2 games on the same channel. So if you are looking for the Hopewell game, Hopewell softball that is, if you go to YouTube, search Heart of Ohio Sports X Stream. That is X Stream. If you search Heart of Ohio Sports X Stream on YouTube, you can find that alternate stream, and that's the Hopewell Loudon softball game as they are facing off against Edgerton over in Gibsonburg. Tommy Hall, Greg Kinn, and Austin Rodriguez over there covering that game. That is the regional final. Of course, the winner moves on to the Final Four. We made sure that we definitely had to be at both games for that. We wanted to make sure we had a crew here and a crew there, and luck may have it, Bailey was available, and Tommy was available, so we made it happen. And of course, sponsors also made it happen. Let's just say that. A lot of Hopewell parents were like, "Hey, we like what you guys do. We want to help," and that's what we need. We need more people like that. More people to say, "Hey, we like what you do. We want to help." Not so much, I mean, obviously we're here to help. We have a lot of return on investment with our clients as well. But we need a lot more of those people that are just interested in helping out, you know. We want to help what we're doing. Just about set to start the bottom of the first here, as I remember that I'm the wizard today, so I must do the controls. Bottom of the first coming up. Tiffin Calvert lineup. We'll go through that here, as I'm doing my best to keep my papers in order. It's a windy one over here again today. Nick Palm leading off, playing shortstop. AJ Shoemaker in the 2-hole and right field today. Mason Johnson in the 3-hole, the pitcher. Connor Moyer, the catcher, in the cleanup spot. Cameron Moyer, first base, batting 5th. Blake Coleman, the second baseman, batting 6th. Harrison Schultz, the left fielder, batting 7th. And here we have the first pitch from the Old Fort pitcher, Caden Swecker. We'll keep going through that lineup. Jacob Kidwell playing DH, Jamison Godfrey at third base today, and Caden Otterbacher in center field for the Senecas. That one down low, and it's 1-1 now on Nick Palm. Bottom of the first, no score. This district final matchup. That one swung on, hit straight back up the middle and through the infield for a base hit. Nick Palm on board with a leadoff single.
Now batting right fielder, number 5, AJ Shoemaker.
That'll bring up AJ Shoemaker. Shoemaker sends that one for a ride, but this one's going to die in the wind, and the center fielder is going to squeeze that one for the first out. Palm retreats back to first.
The pitcher, number 34.
That wind is treacherous today. My iPad looks like I've been on a job site here. That'll bring up Mason Johnson, the pitcher today. Went 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Got a man on as Nick Palm over there at first base. That first one outside and low for a ball.
Come on, Mace. Stay on the line.
Quick throw to first and Palm back safely. Give you the defensive lineup here for Old Fort. Carter Dubois behind the plate, as we mentioned. Caden Swecker, the pitcher, on the mound. That one swung on and grounded to first. First baseman steps on first, but Palm will make it over to second base safely. And Senecas have a runner in scoring position, but they do have 2 outs now here in the bottom of the first for Connor Moyer.
Number 4, Connor.
Keep going around the defensive lineup for Old Fort. Carter Cleveland at first base, Connor Ernsberger at second base, Ryan Adelsberger at third base, Isaiah Perez at shortstop. Tyson Frisch in left field, Harry King in right field, and Adam Majors in center field. There's your defensive lineup for the Old Fort Stockaders. Connor Moyer at the plate. And he watches that one down low for a ball, and it's 2-0. Moyer hits that one into left center field. It's going to get over the head of the left fielder, and Palm is going to race home to score. Connor Moyer with an RBI single with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first gives the Senecas a 1-0 lead. That'll bring up Cameron Moyer. That one in there for a strike to Cam Moyer. Must be in the other bag. Well, I got my phone. My phone's charged. I can look at stats on my phone. That went in there for a strike. It's now 0-2. Yeah, he is throwing some heaters. And dealing with internet issues over at the Hopewell Loudon softball game. My apologies for anyone trying to tune into that game. We'll bring that to you shortly. They're trying to get that resolved. As Cam Moyer draws the walk here on a 3-2 count. And now the Senecas have runners at first and second base with 2 outs for Blake Coleman. First pitch in there, a little high to Coleman. And that one misses for a ball. 2-0 now the count. That one in there for a strike now. Caden Swecker on the mound. Runners at first and second. 1-0 Senecas here in the bottom of the first. 2 down. The 2-1. Swung on. Fouled off to the right. We'll come back and do it at 2-2. Blake Coleman. Puts a swing on it and fouls that one off to the right. Remains 2-2. And Coleman hits that one into center field. That one's going to drop for a base hit. They're going to wave Connor Moyer home. Here comes the relay, and they don't throw it. They're going to keep the throw, and Moyer's going to score from second base. Heads up base running there, and that scores a second run for the Senecas. It's now 2-0 Tiffin Calvert. And yes, I am the wizard today, so I have to keep score here. My apologies, folks. Runners at first and second. Harrison Schultz at the plate. That went up high.
Stay on the line, Harry.
And a step off. Schultz back into the box now, ready to go. The 1-0. Down low. 2-0 the count on Schultz. Blake Coleman down at first. Cam Moyer at second. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. 2-0 Senecas. Caden Swacker comes set. The pitch. Outside. Oh, they're going to say in there for a strike. And the throw down as Cam Moyer slides in there gracefully. It is 2-1. And that one down low. 3-1 the count now. And that one's grounded to first. And the first baseman steps on the bag for the final out here in the bottom of the first. But the Senecas scored 2. We head to the top of the second. It's 2-0 Tiffin Calvert. We'll step aside, take a timeout. You are tuned in here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Federal Credit Union, your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
You're watching right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
And we're back here. Clyde Flyer Field. Nate Mullins on the call with you. Bailey Mullins on the camera. My son Isaac Mullins alongside me here. Thanks for tuning in here. Today's broadcast presented by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We are live once again here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. If you're watching on any of those channels, please do us a favor. Share the video, first and foremost. But also, while you're here, click that follow button. Subscribe. Help us out. It really helps a lot more than what you think. And we appreciate all the support. We've got a lot of support over these last couple of weeks. Baseball season brings out the passionate fans, especially here in tournament time. We appreciate all the support. Top of the second. Leading off for the Stockaders, second baseman Connor Ernsberger. Ernsberger on the season, a .443 hitter, 35 hits and 79 at-bats. And that one fouled back. 6 doubles, 19 RBIs, 25 runs scored. Just 3 walks, though, and 13 strikeouts. Means he likes to put the ball in play. He's a swinger. Gets up there and puts the ball on the bat. Puts the bat on the ball. Either way. That one misses for a ball. The 1-2 from Johnson. That one is outside. 2-2 the count. I thought I was wise by stopping over here and setting up on the other side of the field. That's strike 3 called. Mason Johnson with the strikeout on Connor Ernsberger. That's the first out here in the top of the second.
The first baseman, number 24, Carter Cleveland.
Carter Cleveland, the first baseman. Now at the plate. I thought I was getting here early enough and setting up on the other side was doing me a favor by staying away from the dirt. No, you just can't stay away from it. Oh, what a pitch by Mason Johnson. That one low. 1-1 the count now on Carter Cleveland. Caden Swecker, actually Simon Garza, the DH in the on-deck circle. Swung on, foul, tipped into the glove, but that's the second strike, so 1-2 now on Cleveland. Two 2-0 Senecas. One down here in the top of the second. Johnson, swing and a miss. 2 straight strikeouts for Mason Johnson here in the top of the second. And that'll bring up Simon Garza. There's no escaping the win today either. First one is outside. Just misses. Swing and a miss. The 1-1. Swung on, fouled straight up and back. Time called. Garza steps out of the box. Simon Garza, a .275 hitter on the season, watches that one up high for a ball. It's now 2-2. 2-0 Senecas, top of the second. 2-2 count, 2 down. Here's the pitch from Johnson, up high, and it's a full count now. Simon Garza showing a patient approach at the plate here. Harry King in the on-deck circle. Swung on and check swing. I'm not sure if that was a check swing or not, but just wasn't able to get the right part of the bat on that one. We'll do it again at 3-2. Swung on, fouled back, and Garza putting together a nice at-bat here. Fouled off a couple of good pitches here. Still a full count. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Johnson with 3 straight strikeouts here in the top of the second. We head to the bottom of the second. Nope, it is 2-0 Senecas. And Tiffin Calvert due up to bat. Thanks for tuning in here with us. Nate Mullins on the call with you. Bailey Mullins on the camera. Today's broadcast presented by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. I want to give a big shout out and a thank you to all of our sponsors, but especially Hope in Fostoria, MST Sauce Company, Feasel's Frame and Collision, First National Bank of Sycamore, Lee's Floor Covering, Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., TPC Food Service, and Clouse Electric. All proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports, and we can't thank them enough for all their contributions for helping us bring this broadcast to you folks, because without them, we wouldn't be able to be here. It wouldn't be possible. There's a lot of community-minded businesses on that list. So when you hear those names and you're out shopping or you're thinking about, where you want to invest your money, what you want to, how you want to, everything's an investment, where you want to go eat, anything you want to do with your money, where you want to put it in a bank, whether you want to take it to Linda S. Ritzler Accounting and have her take care of it for you, because I'm telling you what, that's probably the best place to put it. But all these sponsors, they made an investment with us, and we can't thank them enough for their help. Leading off here in the bottom of the second, Jacob Kidwell. Kidwell watches that one outside for a ball. That one in there for a strike, right at the knees. That one up high. Kidwell's got a different stance at the plate. Very open stance. That back foot not really aligned with the front. He's got more of a, wants to open up a little bit so he can go oppo with it. Kind of lets him stay back on the ball a little better. That one in there for a strike 3. And Caden Swecker with the strikeout sits down Jacob Kidwell. That'll bring up Caden Otterbacher,
23, Caden Otterbacher.
the center fielder. First pitch misses. Otterbacher on the season, a .321 hitter. 18 hits and 56 at-bats. He misses with that one. And Otterbacher sends that one for a ride deep into left field, back, and caught. What a play by the left fielder. All the way to the wall. He gave that one a ride. And I'm telling you what, man, if not for the wind, that might have been out of here. What a play there by Tyson Frisch to get back there and make that play, because he was playing in, and that one looked like it was over his head, but Frisch showing off the range there to go back and get that one. And Nick Palm lays down a perfect bunt down the third base side. And there wasn't a chance that anybody was going to make that play. Just absolutely perfectly executed there by the senior, Nick Palm. That'll bring up A.J. Shoemaker. Palm took the first pitch, bunted it down the third base side, didn't even get a chance to tell you. He was a .451 hitter on the season. And squares to bunt, but pulls it back as that one bounces off the plate. Shoemaker on the season, a .440 hitter. Snap throw to first, and Palm back safely. Cleveland with the extra long tag there. I like that. That one in there. Actually, it missed. And catcher snap throw over to first. And they just about got Palm almost. He got back safely, but that was a lot closer play than what I thought it was going to be. And Shoemaker calls time. Nick Palm down at first, gets a lead. And that one swung on and hit into right field. That's going to be a base hit. And Nick Palm will scamper over to third base. So runners at first and third now. Still 2 down here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up Mason Johnson. SBC River Player of the Year, Most Outstanding Player. First pitch outside. That one up high. Runners at first and third, 2 down. 2-0 count here on Mason Johnson. Johnson hits that one over the head of the second baseman, right off of his glove. You want to talk about, I mean, he had that one. I thought he snow coned it, but it went right out of his glove. What a hit by Mason Johnson. He smoked that one off the bat. And the runner's still at first and third, and 2 down. as Connor Moyer strolls to the plate. It's now 3-0 Tiffin Calvert. Time called by Connor Moyer. Swung on, hit, past the diving second baseman into right field. That's going to be an RBI for Connor Moyer. That's number 2 on the day for big Connor Moyer. And runners at first and second. It's now 4-0 Tiffin Calvert. And getting it done with the 2-out base hitting here. 2-out RBI, clutch hitting with the Senecas. That one down low.
Hey, don't let him throw those fastballs by you. Come on, 9-9.
Swecker comes set. Here's the 1-0. That one inside. This is not unfamiliar territory for the Stockaders, though. I'm telling you, they were in the same position just this past Wednesday. Actually, they got down 6-0 to Norwalk St. Paul, and they were able to rally back to make it a 7-6 victory. So, as much as this is a comfortable lead for Tiffin Calvert, they would love to tack on a few more runs here. That one outside, so a 4-pitch walk to Cam Moyer. That's going to load the bases for Blake Coleman.
The second baseman, number 1.
There's a lot of beef on those bases right now. And Swecker starts him out with a fastball right down the pipe for a strike.
Hey, big deal. Big deal.
Coleman hits that one into right field, and is it going to be? No, it's going to stay foul. And it is going to just out of the reach of the right fielder as he raced over trying to make the play. We'll come back here, bases loaded, and an 0-2 count for Blake Coleman.
Battle now. Hey, stay on the line. Stay on the line. Hey, good 2-strike approach. Right back over the second baseman's head. Come on, 1.
That one up high. 1-2 the count now on Coleman.
Make that way. Make that way.
And Coleman with a good eye there. Now it's 2-2. Swung on, fouled back. We'll do it again at 2-2.
Hey, stay that approach. It's in, foul it off. It's in, foul it off. Stay that approach.
Seneca's really battling here with 2 outs. Doing a lot of their damage. And Coleman sends that one, looks like into right field, and that's going to go foul as well. But just out of the reach of the right fielder. Boy, he made a nice attempt at that one. That was Harry King out there in right field. Nearly made the play.
Turn on one now.
The 2-2 is up high, and it's a full count now on Blake Coleman. They got nowhere to put him now. He's got to pitch to him. Swung on, fouled off to the right once again. He's just a little bit behind that pitch. He's seeing it, but just a little bit behind it. he can square up just a little bit sooner. Up high and a walk. Will walk in another run as Tiffin Calvert now leads 5-0. And the bases remain loaded.
The left fielder, number 2, Harry Schultz.
We're going to have a mound visit here as it's a 5-0 lead for Tiffin Calvert and Harrison Schultz at the plate. Take a moment here and thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here. Big shout out and a thank you to our first pitch sponsor, Hope in Fostoria. As my papers are flying all over the place here, making a mess. All right, here we go. Also want to give a big shout out to, well, geez, if I could find it here. Also want to thank our announcer cam, Lee's Floor Covering, for all their contributions. Let's go ahead and thank all of our sponsors. Our presenting sponsors, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, as well as Hope and Fostoria MST Sauce Company, Feasel's Frame and Collision, First National Bank of Sycamore. We're going to get a pitching change here. Lee's Floor Covering, Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., TPC Food Service, and Clouse Electric. Those are all proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. As Greggy did a good job of putting this sponsor list together. It'd be cool if I gave him some credit here. I'll tell you folks, we call him the Wizard. And I mean every word of it. He is the Wizard. He got a lot of stuff done today. He was able to prepare graphics and content for both broadcasts here today as we were bringing you the Hopewell Loudon versus Edgerton regional final game over in Gibsonburg. That game can be found over on the Heart of Ohio Sports X stream. And then we are also here for the district final between Tiffin Calvert and Old Fort. Greggy did a great job of putting graphics together for both games. So once again, I'm going to give him all the recognition he deserves because I was busy at Madison Street with probably one of the busiest lunches we've had in a long time. So Memorial Day weekend is always that weekend that everybody wants to go out to eat before they go. And they always choose Madison Street for whatever reason. MST Sauce Company just dropped the new Social Burn Dry Rub. If you haven't had a chance, folks, you got to stop in and check it out. He does have it available. You can buy it in a bottle. Go into Madison Street and buy it in a little shaker jar, you know. You can get the Social Burn sauce. You can get the Social Burn Dry Rub. Soon to come, we'll have the Kitchen Sink Dry Rub. He's working on that one as well. A couple new sauces he's got coming down the pipeline. Some exciting stuff. Here we are. Bases loaded for Harrison Schultz. And a pitching change for Old Fort as Harry King comes in from right field and takes over for Caden Swecker. Schultz watches that one down low for a ball. It's now 1-1. Pretty sure I see Matt Nye over there from the Advertiser Tribune. That must mean Josh Morgert's over there in Gibsonburg. Swung on and missed. As King took the bottom out of that one. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. What a pitch there by Harry King to get out of that bases loaded jam. But the Senecas score 3 more. We head to the top of the third. It's 5-0 Tiffin Calvert. Step aside. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Betting happens as fast as sports, and now every play is faster than ever before. You're on the edge of your seat until the moment when it's all on the line, which is why it's important to pause before you play. Sports are fast, betting shouldn't be, so remember to set limits, know the risks, and pause before you play. To learn more, visit pausebeforeyouplay.org. Brought to you by Hope and Fostoria and the CARSA Coalition of Seneca County.
You're watching right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
And we're back here at Clyde Flyer Field. Nate Mullins on the call with you. Bailey Mullins on the camera. And Isaac Mullins alongside me here. Of course, he is too shy to have a headset on, so he decided to, even though I brought one, he's like, nah, I'm good. I'm too cool for that. So once again, we are live here at Clyde Flyer Field for today's district final matchup between Tiffin Calvert and Old Fort. 5-0 Senecas as we start the top of the third. Stockaders due up to bat, 7, 8, 9 hitters. Harry King, Tyson Frisch, and Adam Majors. Mason Johnson on the mound for his third inning of work, and he's ready to go. He's on the mound, and he's like, let's go. Come on. I'm ready. We done with warm-ups here, guys? The next break, I'm going to see if I can figure out my Sky Cam because it does not want to work right now. For whatever reason, I can't get it to connect. I think it's because the Wizard's not here. Usually that has something to do with it. Swing and a miss. Johnson took a little bit off of that one to Harry King. Mason Johnson, imposing presence on the mound. The 0-1 swung on and fouled back. And we'll come back and do it at 0-2. And swung on and missed. Mason Johnson just absolutely dealing right now.
Number 21, Tyson Frisch.
Once again, over on the X stream, you can find the Hopewell Loudon versus Edgerton game. Swung on and missed. As Tyson Frisch at the plate now takes a rip at that one. It is 7-2 Hopewell Loudon in the third. That one swung on, a little chopper. What a play by Mason Johnson. And even better play down there at first base by Cam Moyer. Maintained the possession through the contact. That is a catch. What a nice job there by both players as Johnson comes off the mound to field it. That was in no man's land. 2 down here, top of the third. Up high as Adam Majors, center fielder, at the plate. Swung on, and that's going to be trouble down the right field line, and it stays fair. Majors scampers over to second base, and it looks like he's going to stay there at second. As it was quickly cut off by the right fielder, A.J. Shoemaker, as he gets over there, covers a lot of ground with those long legs. And he quickly got the relay into Coleman. I don't think there was a chance for him to get the triple, but nicely done there by Adam Majors. Back to the top of the order for the Stockaders. Isaiah Perez, the shortstop. Swung on, chopped to the shortstop. Palm, gloves and throws to first, and they get the final out. And that is the end of the top of the third. We head to the bottom of the third. 5-0, Tiffin Calvert. Nate Mullins on the call with you. Bailey Mullins on the camera. Thanks again for tuning in here with us. Today's broadcast presented by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Once again, we're live here at Clyde Flyer Field. We get set to start the bottom of the third here, as it is 5-0 Tiffin Calvert. Harry King on the mound. Came in to get out of a bases-loaded jam with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. On the mound, continuing his work. And up to bat for Tiffin Calvert, Jacob Kidwell. Watches that one down low and outside for a ball. Kidwell getting ahead in the count once again. The 1-0 up high. 2-0 the count. Brushed him back a little bit. Today I came prepared. Last week, not so much. Or last Wednesday, I should say. Three 3-0 now on Kidwell. And that one misses, so Jacob Kidwell earns himself a free bag here. A leadoff base runner for Caden Otterbacher, who, I mean, absolutely sent it for a ride the last time he was up, all the way to the fence, but just to the warning track. Pulls back the bunt. They might have the runner, and they do. Kidwell thought he was back in time, but unable to get back. And there's going to be an appeal, I believe, here, as he's going to say he didn't get the tag in, but Carter Cleveland's saying, no, I got it. I got that tag down. So it's an out, as Kidwell was leaning a little bit towards first as he was ready to go. He doesn't agree with it, but either way, it's an out for the Stockaders. The 1-0 is up high to Caden Otterbacher. 5-0 Senecas here in the bottom of the third. We're at Clyde Flyer Field for today's district final matchup. Up high, 3-0 now on Otterbacher. He fell behind Kidwell and walked him on 4 straight. Now he's thrown 3 straight to Otterbacher here. And that one misses as well, so he's now thrown 8 straight balls.
Now batting shortstop, number 7.
As that'll bring up Nick Palm. Otterbacher down at first. That one up high.
Make him throw one. Make him throw one.
That's 9 straight outside the strike zone for Harry King here. That one crosses the plate. Evens the count at 1-1. Senior Nick Palm at the plate. Caden Otterbacher at first. That one in there for a strike, so 2 straight strikes from Harry King here, and he's now ahead of the batter. Palm hits that one past the third baseman and into left field for a base hit. Now runners at first and second with just 1 out. And that'll bring up A.J. Shoemaker.
Right fielder, number 5, A.J.
Once again, those of you trying to find the Hopewell Loudon game, make sure you tune in on YouTube. Search Heart of Ohio Sports Xstream. You can find that on YouTube. First pitch misses to A.J. Shoemaker.
Go, AJ.
Bottom of the third over in Gibsonburg, and it's 8-2 Chieftains. Shoemaker sends that one for a ride, but it's going to go foul and off to the left.
Go, AJ.
Well hit. The 1-1 in the dirt. Shoemaker works himself ahead, now 2-1 in the count. Runners at first and second. Nick Palm down at first. Caden Otterbacher at second, so they got some speed on the base paths. That one in the dirt. 3-1 now on Shoemaker. The 3-1 up high, and the bases are loaded now, as that's 3 walks here in the inning for Harry King. And that'll load the bases for the guy you probably don't want at the plate if you're an Old Fort fan. And that is Mason Johnson. That one in the dirt.
A lot of balls.
Swung on, chopped, back up the middle. Shortstop steps on second, throw to first, double play! What a play by the Old Fort defense. An inning-ending double play by the Stockader defense. And it is now 5-0 Senecas as we head to the top of the 4th. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Why go to Lee's Floor Covering of Tiffin? Why not just go to one of those big box DIY stores? Because at Lee's Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lee's Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, and they make the decision-making process easy. Stop in and see what everyone raves about at Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin.
You're watching right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. And we're back here at Clyde Flyer Field. Nate Mullins on the call with you. Bailey Mullins on the camera. Thanks for tuning in here with us. Today's broadcast presented by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant and your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We get ready to start the top of the fourth. It's 5-0 Tiffin Calvert. And the Stockaders due up to bat. Ryan Adelsberger. The 2-3-4 hitters due up for Old Fort here in this top half of the fourth. And a nice hit there. Whew, close play at first as Adelsberger send that one right past the, right in the gap between the first and second baseman. Shoemaker, because it was hit so hard, was able to come up and nearly got the runner at first base. So the Stockaders have a leadoff base runner here. As the catcher, Carter Dubois, at the plate. Johnson goes sidearm with that one and throws it by him. Old Fort finished the season 18-8 with a 10-6 league record. Calvert 25-2. As Dubois sends this one into right field, and a diving attempt by Shoemaker just short of it. As now both runners racing, as you're going to have runners at second and third with nobody out, as Adelsberger down at third base, Carter Dubois at second with a double.
Now batting second baseman, number 1, Connor Ernsberger.
And that'll bring up Connor Ernsberger, the second baseman. Ernsberger sends that one sky high, and the second baseman comes on to make the play for the first out. So an easy play there for Blake Coleman, as the wind kind of, once again, it's blowing in from center field, so it's going to drag down anything that's hit high in the air. Carter Cleveland steps out. Runners at second and third. One out here in the top of the fourth. 5-0 Senecas. Cleveland swung on, grounded to third. Jameson Godfrey does a great job of looking the runner back first and then making the throw over to first. And what a heads-up play there by Godfrey for the second out, and that is a huge out for this Senecas defense, because now you got a force at the plate and at first. So Simon Garza at the plate, the DH today. That one just misses. As Johnson was kind of, I think everybody here was kind of, how did that miss? I think just kind of wrapped around the plate. That went in there for a strike. It's now 1-2 on Garza, sorry.
Hey, here we go, D, on your toes.
Runners at second and third. 2 down, 1-2 count. Mason Johnson comes set. And batter calls time.
Hit your spot, Mace.
Swung on, fouled off to the right.
Get back, Mace. Get back, Mace.
The 1-2, swung on, hit to second base, and Coleman unable to field it cleanly, but does get the out at first. Wow, what a play by Coleman. At first, I didn't think he was going to get it, but heads up play and way to stay with it, absolutely. Big time play there by Blake Coleman as the Senecas get out of the jam. They had runners at second and third with nobody out, but no score here as we head to the bottom of the fourth. It is 5-0, Tiffin Calvert. Oh, somebody's barbecuing. You got to bring that. You smell that? Come on, man. How are they going to do that to me? I'm hungry. That's smelling good. Sheesh. Let me tell you about our friends at Hope in Fostoria, folks. I'm telling you. We're excited to partner with them for the Walk for Recovery. That's coming up June 10th from 10 a.m. to noon at Hedges Boyer Park. If you stop out, there's a lot of stuff going on. Raffle prizes. They have a comedian, music. There's a couple of food vendors, guest speakers. You might even see yours truly out there doing a little emceeing. A lot of fun stuff. There's activities for the kids. You can get registered still. They cannot. You're not going to get guaranteed to get a shirt, but you can still get registered. Head over to the Hope in Fostoria page and find out how you can get registered for the 2023 Tiffin Walk for Recovery. Very excited to partner with them this year. Bottom of the fourth coming up here. We have the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Tiffin Calvert. That's Cameron Moyer, and Blake Coleman due up to bat. But my equipment needs a cleaning, a thorough cleaning. It's pretty gross looking. That's baseball. It's all that dust flying all over. Once again, thanks for tuning in here with us. Today's broadcast presented by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Bailey Mullins on the camera here today, doing his best. He's inside the Calvert dugout, folks. So please do him a little bit of, lend him a little bit of leniency today, because this is a hard angle for him to get. And it's even harder for him to turn the camera where he's at. So we're trying our best with what we've got. But we're bringing you today's broadcast live and paywall free here on Heart of Ohio Sports. So we appreciate all the support. And Connor Moyer sends this one through the infield and for a base hit. So Moyer now 3 for 3 on the day with a couple of RBIs.
First baseman, number 99.
And
Moyer.
I think he's saying, I want that gift card. He said, I'm going to get that gift card. Cameron Moyer at the plate. I think we're going to get a pinch runner here as John Schumacher is going to be the pinch runner for Connor Moyer. Or somebody corrected me the other day. It's not a pinch runner, it's a relief runner. A relief runner, so. Because Moyer's not going to come out of the game. It's a unique switch defensive system they allow here in high school. But it works. It gives everybody a chance to play. And I like it. Cam Moyer watches that one in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Harry King now here on for his second inning of work. Started out in the bottom of the second, got out of a bases loaded jam. And then last inning, they had bases loaded again and got the double play ground out. That went up high. 2-1 on Moyer. John Schumacher down at first base. Up high and inside, and it's now 3-1 on Cam Moyer. Oh, it's 2-2. Where was the... Oh, no, I don't know how it became 2-2. I must have lost count. That went up high, now 3-2 the count. Snap throw over to first. And Schumacher back safely. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. 5-0 Senecas. Runner down at first. And the 3-2 is outside, and Moyer draws the walk. So runners now at first and second base with nobody out for Blake Coleman.
Now batting in second baseman, number 1, Blake Coleman.
And I think we're going to get a relief runner as well here for Cam Moyer. As now you're going to see Cash Lee. Let me see here. I got my sounds on here. I can do this, can't we? Where's it at? There it is. Cash Lee down at first base. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. Bottom of the fourth. 5-0 Senecas. Harry King comes set on the mound. Here's the pitch. That went in there for a strike. Starts him out with an off speed. And Coleman just spits on it. Says, that's not what I want. Give me what I want. Once again, if you're tuned in trying to find the Hopewell softball game, as that one fouled off on the bunt attempt, you can find that over on our alternate stream. That's over on YouTube. Search Heart of Ohio Sports X Stream. You can find that on YouTube as Hopewell Loudon leading right now in the top of the fifth, 9-2 over the Edgerton Bulldogs in the regional final over there at Gibsonburg Lady Bears Field. Greg Kinn, Tommy Hall on the call. Austin Rodriguez over there on the camera. Snap throw to second. Gets away from the second baseman, but they're going to stay put. Yeah, because they didn't get far away as the center fielder there to back it up. Oh, pitcher had the ball the whole time. Nice. That was a good play. I like that. That fooled me. That had me fooled. I like that. Tricky, tricky. Of course, I had a bad angle. The way he turned around, the way they made it look. Coleman chops that one back to the mound. The pitcher stumbles as he makes the play, and all runners are safe. So now bases are loaded here for Harrison Schultz.
Left fielder number 2, Harry Schultz.
Oh no. Chieftains just opened it wide open, as it is now 13-0 Hope, or 13-2 Hopewell Loudon, top of the 5th. Here at the Clyde Flyer Field District Final, here in boys baseball, it is 5-0 Tiffin Calvert, as Harry King gets a couple of practice pitches here because he took a stumble, and it was a nasty fall when he went to field that pitch, or field that hit. It was like a slow chopper down the left side, and he went to plant his foot, and it just kind of crumbled underneath of him. It would have been a tough play to make either way, but now bases are loaded with nobody out for Harrison Schultz. And that one hits him. So it hits him right on the leg, and that'll walk in a run. And it's now 6-0 Tiffin Calvert. That one gets away from the catcher, but not too far away. Bases remain loaded, nobody out. Jacob Kidwell at the plate for the Senecas. Wind's kind of died down a little bit now. Kidwell sends that one into right field, but it's going to be playable as the right fielder makes the play. Tagging and scoring is Cash Lee. And it is a 7-0 ball game.
Center fielder number 23, Hayden Otterbacher.
Runners at first and third now. Caden Otterbacher at the plate. That one in there for a strike. Otterbacher sends this one sky high into left field. Left fielder coming on to make the play, and he dropped the ball. He dropped the ball. Unable to make the play there. And another run will score for Tiffin Calvert. So runners at first and second now, and it's 8-0 Senecas.
Come on, Nick. Make that hurt. Big time. Let's go. How much did I miss?
Just one out here in the bottom of the 4th. Nick Palm at the plate for the Senecas. They lead 8-0. Runners down at first and second. Caden Otterbacher at first. Harrison Schultz at second base. Senior Nick Palm at the plate. Harry King, the pitcher, comes set. First pitch outside. Here's the 1-0 from King. Palm sends that one into left field. Harrison Schultz racing around third. He'll score. Otterbacher racing around third. They're going to wave him home. Here comes the throw to the plate, and Otterbacher slides in safely, and the Senecas take a 10-0 lead. Nick Palm with a 2 RBI double gives the Senecas a 10-0 lead here in the bottom of the fourth. And still just 1 out with a runner at second base. There's going to be a pitching change here. There we go. More dirt and dust. Yep, all over my stuff. That's great. We like that. We have a pitching change here as, let's see who's coming on the mound here. Isaiah Perez takes over on the mound for the Stockaders. Let's see if we got some pitching stats on Mr. Perez here. Perez on the season, just 2 innings pitched. So not a whole lot of experience on the season on the mound. Of course, this Old Fort staff has a lot of different arms they like to throw. And they used a lot of them this past Wednesday to dispatch the Norwalk St. Paul Flyers. As Isaac Snyder came in as they were trailing 6-0 and shut down the Flyer lineup to help the Stockaders get back into the game. But he is not available for service today on the mound, so they'll have to work without him. And Shoemaker sends that one into center field, but right at the center fielder, as Palm is going to have to stay there at second base. Well hit ball, but it was right at the center fielder. But that'll bring up Mason Johnson with a runner on second base. Last time he was up, he grounded into a double play with the bases loaded. And this time he sends this one into right field, but this one's going to be playable. And the right fielder squeezes it for the final out here in the fourth inning. We head to the top of the fifth. It's 10-0 Senecas. Stockaders need to start a rally here. We'll step aside, take a timeout. We'll come back. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Federal Credit Union, your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
You're watching right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
And we're back here at Clyde Flyer Field. Nate Mullins on the call with you. Bailey Mullins on the camera. Isaac Mullins helping me put away my banner as it fell down. Just couldn't take the wind after so much it just said, I've had enough. And it started to come down, and Isaac says, all right, I'll help you out. So he is nice enough to be able to roll that up for me. He's doing a lot of the tying up the loose ends things that, you know, without the wizard here, he's helping. So I appreciate his help. I appreciate Bailey's help today on the camera. And I appreciate all of the sponsors' help for allowing us to bring this ball game to you here on Heart of Ohio Sports. I know it's not tax season, folks, and you know you only think about accounting when it's tax season, right? Most people. But it's smart to have an accountant in your corner, especially if you're a small business owner. And that's why I recommend the folks at Linda S. Ritzler Accounting. You really need to stop by and just stop by the office. That's really where it's at. You can call them, you can email, whatever you want, but I would say stop by. You're going to get the personal touch that you deserve. It fell. No, that wasn't. Russ is taking that the wrong way. No. No. That one up high, and it's now 1-1 the count. Harry King takes a swing at that one, and it's now 1-2. Strike 3 called. Johnson sits him down on a called third strike. That'll bring up Tyson Frisch, the left fielder. And Frisch hits that one just foul. Just down the left side foul. That one in there for a strike, and it's now 0-2 here.
Get your spot now.
Adam Majors in the on-deck circle. And a swing and a miss from Tyson Frisch. Puts the Stockaders down to their final out here, potentially. If they can make a rally happen here with 2 outs and keep this game alive. Johnson with the pitch, grounded to short, and thrown over to first. That's the final out here, and that's the ball game. 10-0 victory for Tiffin Calvert. And I think there's some dispute over whether that was a safe call or not, but either way, 10-0 win for Tiffin Calvert, and they move on to the regional semifinals, which will be played in Louisville, Ohio. Yes, Louisville, Ohio. We'll see if we can bring you that one. It's going to take some convincing on the part of me trying to convince Chris Chase to allow me to have a couple days off next week, because that's the only way it's going to happen. But either way, once again, 10-0 win for Tiffin Calvert, and we will step aside, take a quick timeout, but we'll be back. We'll break it down. We'll have the post-game show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, and we will crown our player of the game brought to you by MST Sauce Company. That's all coming to you next right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Betting happens as fast as sports, and now every play is faster than ever before. You're on the edge of your seat until the moment when it's all on the line, which is why it's important to pause before you play. Sports are fast, betting shouldn't be, so remember to set limits, know the risks, and pause before you play. To learn more, visit pausebeforeyouplay.org. Brought to you by Hope and Fostoria and the CARSA Coalition of Seneca County.
You're watching right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Why go to Lee's Floor Covering of Tiffin? Why not just go to one of those big box DIY stores? Because at Lee's Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lee's Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, and they make the decision-making process easy. Stop in and see what everyone raves about at Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin. You're watching right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
You're watching right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
All right, and we're back here at Clyde Flyer Field. Nate Mullins on the call with you here. Bailey Mullins on the camera. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, today's broadcast was presented by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We want to take a moment and thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here, because without their help, we wouldn't be here, folks. So once again, thank you to Xcaret Mexican Restaurant and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Also, thanks to Hope and Fostoria, MST Sauce Company, Feasel's Frame and Collision, First National Bank of Sycamore, Lee's Floor Covering, Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., TPC Food Service, and Clouse Electric. All proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Once again, your final score, 10-0, Tiffin Calvert, as they are now district champions here at Clyde Flyer Field. They are graciously accepting, or waiting to accept, their medals and their trophy for the district championship here. The Clyde region, where they will move on to the Sweet 16. They'll face the winner from, let me see here. Let me go ahead and check that out. Let's go ahead. But once again, a 10-0 win for Tiffin Calvert, and they move on. And this is a big accomplishment. Back-to-back district championships for this team. And this is something that they're building momentum right now, folks. I'm telling you. This is a team that I don't think a lot of teams want to see as we head into postseason, into the regional round of the postseason. I don't think there's a whole lot of teams that want to see this team right now. But here you have, let's see, the Clyde region will take on the winner from, and this is Region 13 we're talking about, the winner from the Hartville Lake Center Christian region. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find it here. Either way, we're going to try to cover that one, but folks, I can't guarantee anything. I really would love to. I'd love to be able to say, yes, we're definitely going to be there, but some things have to happen. And one of those things is Chris Chase has got to be really.
Give a shout out to all my kids at Calvert Elementary.
Oh, we will. Absolutely. That's coming.
They've been one.
Oh, it's coming. A huge, there's one thing that after this last game, this last Wednesday, the game started at 2 o'clock. I'll go ahead and mention this, and this was something that I was really proud of. After, the game starts at 2 o'clock, there's still school in session. So some of those kids weren't able to watch, they weren't able to be here for the game. And I'm sure they wanted to be here, but we gave them the next best thing. Kevin Reineman set them up with a projector inside the activity center. And I'll tell you what, the picture that was posted by Calvert Catholic Schools of all those kids watching our broadcast, I mean, that just brought a tear to my eye. It means so much to me to see that kind of stuff. The support we get from the community means so much to us, and we can't thank you enough for allowing us to bring these broadcasts to you, especially these community-minded sponsors. Once again, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Hope in Fostoria, MST Sauce Company, Feasel's Frame and Collision, First National Bank of Sycamore, Lee's Floor Covering, Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., TPC Food Service, and Clouse Electric. We cannot do what we're doing without their help. And if you want to get your name added to this list, even if you're a family, we've added family names here recently where you're just, you don't have a business maybe, but you want to put your name out there and you want to say, hey, we want to show our support for the Calvert Senecas as they move forward through the postseason. We're taking any and all help we can get right now, folks, because it helps us continue to do what we're doing. All the help that we get, we sink it right back into the business, and we just continue to improve the quality of our broadcasts thanks to the contributions from the community. So once again, if you want to get involved with us, we encourage you to send us a message, or you can also shoot us an email, hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com. Or if you're not, if you just want to drop us a comment right here on the video, right here as you're watching, you're listening, you say, I don't know, I don't want to find an email address. It's too hard to send you a message, but I can just drop a comment right here. Just go ahead and drop a comment. We'll get back with you as soon as we can. And we are more than happy to do business with all of these community-minded sponsors that help allow us to bring this broadcast to you each and every week here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Once again, district champs for Tiffin Calvert. And as far as the regional champs, let's see here. What was the final over there? Did they get a final yet? And they're in the postseason. They're in the postgame show, so it had to have been a final. Let's see. Hopewell Loudon girls and the Edgerton Bulldogs. I think your final score 13-2 was the score that held up for Hopewell Loudon. So Hopewell Loudon, your regional champs in the Gibsonburg area, from the Gibsonburg district, and from the Gibsonburg region, I should say, and they will be moving on to the Final Four. That's right, folks, the Final Four. They made it that far, and they are just 2 games away from crowning a state champion in Division IV softball, and Hopewell Loudon's going to be playing in one of those games. So you want to anticipate that this team's going to make a long run. We anticipated that early in the season. We knew this team was going to be good. That's why we held on. We latched on to their coverage early and often. And we are excited to bring you postseason baseball and softball here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Once again, Tiffin Calvert, the district champions, accepting their
Ladies and gentlemen,
rewards
direct your attention
for
to the field
all of their accomplishments here.
representing the Northwest District Athletic Board.
You're tuned in here on the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union.
Along with Kevin Dick,
I would turn it to me, but I want to focus on these kids right now because this is what they're more important than I am.
respective schools.
What they were able to accomplish so far this season,
David Claude, please step forward.
nothing short of remarkable.
First, the 2023 district runner-up, number 1, Connor Ernberger. Number 2, Bo Overmeyer.
So Old Fort accepting the runner-up medals and the runner-up trophy for the district.
Number 5, Adam Majors.
We'll keep it here as long as we can, but
Number 7, Harry King.
I want to make sure these kids get the recognition they deserve. A lot of hard work.
Pearson Steyer.
Pearson Steyer, number 8, sorry. A lot of hard work these kids put in this year. And they
Number
deserve
10, Cole Bender.
they deserve the recognition.
Number 11, Blake Bender. Number 12, Carter Dubois. Number 14, Caden Swecker. Number 15, Ryan Adelsberger. Number 16, Isaiah Perez. Number 21, Tyson Frisch. Number 22, Ben Kupka. Number 24, Carter Cleveland. Number 36, Andrew Tackett. Number 47, Derek Siegley. And number 6, Simon Garza. Assistant coach, Brian Dubois. Jacob Webb.
Nice to see the assistant coaches get some recognition too. Those guys put in a lot of hard work.
AJ Fillmore. And head coach, Bart Klaus. Would the captains for Old Fort please come forward for the team trophy? And now for the 2023 District Champion in Division 4, the Tiffin Calvert Senecas. Number 7, Nick Palm. Number 5, AJ Shoemaker. Number 34, Mason Johnson. Number 4, Connor Moyer. Number 99, Cameron Moyer. Number 1, Blake Coleman. Number 2, Harry Schultz. Number 11, Jacob Kidwell. Number 10, Jameson Godfrey. Number 23, Caden Adebacher. Number 8, Luke Ware. Number 14, John Shoemaker.
Brad Shirk.
Number 24, Brody Cooper. Number 35, Fabian Perez Ramirez. Number 44, Logan Ritzler. Number 45, Cash Lee. Assistant coach, Brian Coleman.
Brian Coleman.
Sam Schelt Palm. And the head coach, Matt Coleman.
Go, coach.
They do have 2 more assistants.
Would the captains for the Tiffin Calvert Senecas please come forward for the presentation of the team trophy?
Way to go, Blue.
Congratulations to Tiffin Calvert, who will now advance to the regional semifinal at Louisville on next Friday night. Thanks to Clyde High School and Ryan Greenside for serving as hosts to the district championship. Thank you for attendance and support of Ohio High School athletic athletes. And please drive home safely.
All right. All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it. I think that's pretty much going to do it. We got to crown our MST Sauce Company player of the game. And I'll tell you, folks, first of all, let's give credit to our post-game show sponsor. Once again, thanks to Your Legacy Federal Credit Union for allowing us to bring the post-game show to you here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Once again, your final score, 10-0 Tiffin Calvert, as they finish off the Old Fort Stockaders, and they move on to the regional semifinals to be played in Louisville. That's right, Louisville, Ohio, not Kentucky. But we are here for the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union post-game show. Let's talk about our player of the game. Now, for this one, I think this young man was looking forward to this game for a while. And I think he's been trying to find a way to get this award all season long. Well, guess what? Connor Moyer, you taking home the gift card today. After he went, I'm pretty sure he went 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. I don't have stats right in front of me, but that kid, every time he stepped to the plate, he got a base hit. And a couple of times he drove in some runs, and they were key runs. I think he drove in the first run of the game for Tiffin Calvert. So, once again, Connor Moyer takes home your MST Sauce Company Player of the Game award today. All right, I think that's pretty much going to do it for us today, folks. I want to take one more time to thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to bring today's broadcast to you here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Big shout out and a thank you to Xcaret Mexican Restaurant and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, our presenting sponsors today. I want to thank TPC Food Service for allowing us to bring today's broadcast to you. Also, Keys to the Game were brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. Our first pitch today brought to you by Hope in Fostoria. The announcer cam today was brought to you by Lee's Floor Covering. Our player of the game brought to you by MST Sauce Company. The postgame show was brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. And we want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to the rest of our sponsors, including Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., TPC Food Service, and Clouse Electric. All proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, folks, that's going to do it. This wind is like, hey, you're done. And yeah, we're pretty much done. That's all we got. 10-0 final score. Tiffin Calvert moves on to the regional round. You have been watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks for tuning in here with us on the Pulse of the Buckeye State. Have a great day, everybody.